I've gone back to that, but in a more different way, because when we were still together working for corporate, I was looking at the labor issues, for example, as a unionist and stuff like that. So yeah.
So, but that life in itself, did it shape you in a way, or shape the way you think now?
Yes, it has. Yes, it has, because I've learned so much from that life, Stan, so much that I think legally speaking, I have a very sharp mind, and that background came from there. So even now, because apart from the fact that we try to rehabilitate these boys, but if you don't tackle the source, which is the peddlers of this drug, you're not gonna do it, and you're not gonna win. So what we did legally, we had to sort of become whistleblowers, to make sure that we sort of liaise with the police and make sure that whoever that is a peddler or a pusher of these drugs is removed from the community. So but you have to have some legal background for you to be able to do that. So it's not one of the jobs that you can just wake up in the morning, and decide this is what I'm gonna do. So you need to know where legally I'm standing.
And then let's talk about your safety, and I'm saying that because when you are a whistleblower, like officially so, there are some dangers for you. Yes. So how much of danger do you find yourself in, and how are you handling?
Well, I know it is a very, very dangerous job to do, but at some point, you reach a decision that instead of living and watch while these boys are being what you call poisoned to death, do something. And if it's something that you have to die for, be it, rather than to sort of tolerate such practice. So it's one of those things. If you're a soldier, at some point you're going to be a casual, So if it is not you, it's going to be your friend or your colleague, whatever. So yeah, it's one of those things it's one of those tasks that you tackle and you say, look, come what may, but this is something, you have the conviction to make it work somewhat.
In this day and age, we find ourselves in a whole lot of things, and through the fact that we are living in the information world, where you get information through like media, technology, and all of those things. So I happen to know few artists because of this industry now, who I had thought they had potential, and through those drugs and nyawupes and all of those things, you then find them in the street, and then they've become just a shadow of their former self. Yes. Or even worse, you cannot even recognize them. And I'm talking about a musician. Now I've got Vision here. He is a musician, he's an up and coming musician, a very good one at that. And perhaps that life in itself attracts a whole lot of things. But what is it that you can say, since you then understand the impact of this thing? What can you say to these people that somehow just go with the wind and end up, consuming this thing? Just to advise these young musicians.
I think, Stan, as an individual, you need to know what you stand for. Because we live with people, we don't live for them. So you have to define your own path. And in whatever that you do, just be that person who makes a difference. Don't go with the flow, because I always use this term that what is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. So if you do the right thing, and even if you are the only one who's doing the right thing, continue doing it. Just stay on your path and make sure that you become that beacon of hope, that light, you know, in the darkness, because that is unfortunately where our world is now. You know, there's so much cloud, and you know, people just follow every single person, you know, whether you're doing good or bad. And because unfortunately, especially musicians have got the power to influence, you know. So just make sure that it's not just about your music, but it's about your personality, it's about the influence, it's about the difference, it's about everybody else that is looking up to you, you know. So make sure that you become the best that you can be, you know, just so not to lead people astray.
Yes, and then I just want to know, with the communities that you assist, how does the youth view you before you even speak to them? Because I know nowadays they're very receptive to such.
Well, I'm fortunate because of the lifestyle that I lead,
Yes.
you know. So somehow I command that respect, you know. So people are gravitated towards anything and everything that I do because of my track record. So it becomes very easy for me to talk to young people, or anybody for that matter, you know, anyone in the community, and people are, so somehow they listen to me because they are gravitated, you know. The only unfortunate thing is especially drugs. I don't know, I think they are demonic or something like that, because you will talk to someone today and, you know, they will listen to you, and we even take them into our program where we try to rehabilitate them.
Yes.
And then within 2 or 3 months, I don't know, something happens, and then this person is back on the street, and then, you know,
The relapses.
yeah, they relapse, and then, you know, they smoke themselves to death and so forth. So it's one of those things, you know. Unfortunately, you try the best that you can, because I cannot live their lives, you know. I can only advise, I can't make those decisions, I can only advise, but the decision lies squarely with that particular individual.
Now, Vision, there are 2 quotables, right?
The first one.
It says, we live with people, right?
Yes, not for people.
Yeah.
And then the other one was
What is Pumbula?
yes, do the right thing, which is normally not popular, and sometimes the popular thing is not right.
No, don't be surprised. We like to paraphrase, you know. And normally we don't give a damn if you think we did not paraphrase you right, but
That's fine.
I didn't.
But we make sure that people actually hear exactly what is it that you said.
Yes, we are such a funny bunch, guys. But yeah, look, I'm enjoying this.
So now let's go back to the businesses now. The business part of you, the social entrepreneur, the businessman, and you know, all of those together. I mean, in one person, it would be very difficult to just describe you like wholly. But the good thing is that you are able to do business.
Yes, thankfully, we've been in this business now this is our 7th year. This is our 7th year, and we're also lucky to survive the COVID-19, you know. So, and the business thrived for some odd reason that I cannot explain, because we managed to create employment for people during COVID. Can you believe that? Yes. So yeah, basically what we do, we are an environmental business, so where we collect waste material and then we convert that waste material into products, you know, various products. So we do chandeliers, we do chairs, you know, exquisite.
Maybe before we even get there, what is the name of the business?
Okay. The business, there are 2 enterprises. So we run a business called Sitingulwazi Environmental Center. Sitingulwazi.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the business that takes care of the environmental part of our community. And then we have the Treble Holding Group that does frosting, tinting of windows, light boxes, and so forth and so on. So that business was formed in 2012, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Yes, so those are the two enterprises.
Let's start with the first enterprise. How was the idea of doing that business conceived?
Okay, so I went to a place called Orange Farm, and when I got there, I realized that there was so much space, but that space is consumed by rubbish. So people are throwing litter all over. So where there's an open space, people throw litter. And then I was like, but how is this possible that people are starving, there's so much poverty here, and there's unemployment, and yet there's space that people can utilize? Then I mobilized the community, can we clean up this place? And they were like, yes, but who are you? Then I introduced myself, where do you come from? I come from this place, okay. So we clean this place, and what happens thereafter? We plant vegetables.
Oh, okay.
So people will come and steal. Can we cross that bridge when we come to it? And they were like, cool, we're happy with that. So we started that. That's how the project was basically conceived. And then we cleaned another spot, and that spot we made our depot. So we told them, listen guys, whatever that you are throwing on those open spaces, just bring them to us, and then we'll pay you for that waste. And we'll give you bins. So we color-coded bins. So this is where you put your plastic, this is where you put your paper, this is where you put your glass. And then we give you bags. You know, so next to their vegetable patch or whatever, they will have those bags and rubbish bins. And when they are full, they bring them to us, we give them cash. So that's how the business was basically conceived.
Very, very smart.
It actually is. It's so you're making revenue by cleaning using waste. Like myself, I have waste, I give it to you, you use it for plantation, I'm guessing, and I get cash for that.
Yes. And
then just to note how it compensates it, it's scaled, I'm guessing. You check how much waste I have.
Yes, we scale it, definitely.
So that business in itself, sorry to interject, but I think you will make that point as well when you respond to this question. That waste, for instance, you were saying you make like wax, you make whatever that you make. Do you mind just telling us more about what you make?
Okay, so we make what we call Ottoman chairs.
Oh, yeah, Ottoman chairs.
Yes.
You know
Chairs or chairs?
No, chest.
Chest. No. I think I've seen it. Yes.
Okay.
We make chandeliers, like I've explained. We make glass holders. We make candle holders. We make countertops.
Countertops, yes.
So we take glass and we crush that glass and we mix it with some chemicals, and then we're able to make a countertop from a crushed glass. Jabulani here has got a skill of cutting your whiskey bottle, say your Johnny Walker or whatever type of bottle, and then we are able to make a tumbler from which you can drink. So your whiskey becomes a permanent feature of your kitchen after you've consumed that whatever that's inside.
Okay. I just wanted to say my mom would be very disappointed in me now.
Because you have the auto chest, I'm sure, at home.
Yeah, but and I've been the one trying to get myself the same thing. I just realized that's Ottoman chest. It's this thing of everything. Everything. Wardrobe, cupboard, wardrobe,
oh yeah, that's on.
Cafe. Bula drawer. So I just realized my sister's enjoying this right now. You want to get home?
All right. Don't forget, we are with Mr. Jabulani Dlamini. We are talking to him about himself and his businesses as well. Now, when he says a tumbler, because this is not a popular word, right?
Yeah. The tumblers in backflips.
Oh yes, you see now. When he says it's a permanent feature in the kitchen.
You buy for the permanent feature.
So he is, but I told you, I warned you that he
There's-
uses words. Eh?
Yeah, he uses words. I'm literally sitting here with our desktop open, and when I hear a word that I'm not sure.
I just wanna tell you something. He once said something that made me think, right? Some time ago, and I'm talking about, let's say, more than 15 years back, right?
Yes.
He says he can hear you and understand, but he doesn't know what I mean.
You see, now that means in your whole context you said nothing.
I think it was a very, very nice way to say you
said
spoke.
nothing, yeah.
You spoke, but
There's nothing you
but
said.
what I heard was just words.
Yeah.
So can I just throw something in which this guy once told me? He said to me, you know what? You are one person who will tell a person to go to hell and who will look forward to the jail.
So
So you just say it says in a polite way.
exactly. In a very, very polite way, because I think you see, the thing is, when I look back at what I'm saying and I'm like, okay, but basically I did not say anything. He heard me, he understands me, but
Yeah,
he
so
still
he
does not know what I'm talking about.
Because there's so much that happened. He heard you once. He understands you. He understands that you're human and you're speaking.
No,
But what you mean, and by understand you, he understands the language you're also speaking in. What you mean?
no, I think he was saying, I understand your character.
That's it. There's nothing else. There's something else you came up with.
I know your time.
I know your time.
You see, he just chased it now.
He says, I'm not buying it.
At the same time.
So it was a way of saying, I'm not buying it. So okay, we still have time. So yeah. So now this business obviously is started very small.
Yes.
And then anything that is small in this world somehow is supposed to grow.
Yes.
And become bigger. So how did you grow the business?
Well, we acquired a lot of equipment, because most of our innovations was made with whatever that we can lay our hands on, because we've got we had access to a lot of waste material. So we managed to sort of use anything, to convert into whatever that we want. But along the way, we had to acquire equipment. So we are very fortunate to have partners that shared our vision. Among those partners was SAB Foundation, Tilosh and Nontando, Ntando Gazis, who partnered with us, and then they managed to sort of pump in some cash into the business so that we can acquire whatever equipment that we needed. And somewhere along the way, Balo World Mbeu came aboard as well, because they shared our vision. So that is how best we grow our business. Oh, I need to also mention Gauteng Department of Rural and Agricultural Development. They call themselves GDAD.
GDAD.
Yes, Gauteng Development, Agriculture and Rural Development.
I've seen that somewhere, yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so they also became our partners, and we're very, very fortunate. Last year, we got new partners who are based in the States, in the United States, Silicon Valley of all places, guys.
Silicon Valley?
Yes, Silicon Valley. So we're invited to Silicon Valley, to go and accept an award. So we partnered with an organization called African Diaspora Network. Yes, so there we got, partners for days. We got partners for days. And the most important thing is the fact that we were admitted into their fellowship program as the lifetime fellows. And so every year we've got a date with African Diaspora Network in the Silicon Valley. Unfortunately, this year COVID happened, but we are hoping to go there in October. So that is it's the community of investors, it's the community of angel investors that felt that they share our vision, and then they decided to walk the journey with us. So that is how the business basically grew. Yes.
Okay. Now, you know, as you're saying that, I'm actually salivating. You know, not because somebody's cooking something nice, but but purely because you know, it's not so easy to get partnership. You know, and from, you know, our medium as well, where we are, there's just too much competition.
Yeah.
Right? We are an online radio station.
Yeah.
We are hoping things like you're talking about partnership and all of those things are not actually very easy to come by. I don't know because whether this. So I'm just, the question that I'm asking: how easy does it come to you get like sponsorship, for instance?
It isn't easy. It is not easy. But I think what we managed to successfully do was to craft a story. You know, because there has to be a story behind what you do, and wherever you go, you are able to tell a story. So we learned that because in our early days we were part of the Red Bull Amaphiko program. I don't know if you know. Yes, we were part of the Red Bull Amaphiko program. So where we were taught a storytelling.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So where it was meticulous, it was deliberate. So you need to know exactly what you say, how you say it, and who do you say it to. You know. Yeah. So that is how basically because if you preach to people, someone is gonna find resonance with your story, and when that person finds resonance with you, the chances are for him or her to gravitate towards you are very high. So that is how basically
you were able to climb and get to that particular level.
Yes, certainly.
Okay, all right. Now let's talk about the Treble Holding Group. Right, Treble Holding Group. What is it that it does?
Treble Holding Group is a business that does frosting. So we frost glass. We do window tints. We do vinyls. Wallpapers. We do
branding as well.
Branding, yes, we do branding. We also do light boxes. Yes. So we do design because we've got an in-house graphic designer. So if you want whatever design, so this person is able to do that. And we've got Jabulani here with his magic hands, you know. So who does freehand on, you know, most of our competitors are using vinyl cutters, for an example, but he uses his hands. So that's how creative this.
When you look at Jabulani, we are talking about the other Jabulani. He's not talking about himself in the third person, right? So we're talking about Jabulani, but even when he walks, you can see he walks skillful. And I look at what he's doing now. I mean, he's like holding four phones, like 4 cameras.
Straight. And like there's even 2 on his elbow.
Yeah, like
and they balance.
He's actually juggling all of those things without
tripods and all the gadgets.
All the gadgets.
It's like free and everything.
All the props. It doesn't have any of the props.
So it does not have. So when we talk about skills and people that are actually talented, we are not joking. I mean, we
just made ordinary or extraordinary.
Exactly. So in this show, because you see, not only on this show, but I'm saying in this radio station, we are basically trying to also improve the lives of the people, especially the youth, so that at least they can actually have a purpose and all of those things. And I see that with what you have been saying previously and what you are saying now, to say, it tells me that skills themselves are actually that they just need to be developed. So the people that you're developing now, how many Jabulanis that you have?
I have 12 Jabulanis now. That
all with the same name.
No.
No. Well,
no, not for me, for the listeners.
Or you think maybe people will say it's actually
it's just
discriminating now. If your name is not Jabulani,
you don't get a place.
Oh, okay. No, I have 12 people that I'm working with, so I have 12 colleagues,
Yes.
and each one of them, we are honing their skills. We are trying to, and we've got 2 guys that are working very closely with us, especially on the treble, enterprise. Who one of them is a graphic designer, and the other just does drawing.
Okay.
And both of them are on drugs, so that battle continues, to try and get them off the drug and then try to rehabilitate them. It's not an easy journey, but yes, it's something that we are working on. So
you explain signage, you explain light boxes, you explain window tinting, right?
Yes.
And then you also explain the frosting, the glass frost work, right?
Yes.
Now, let's say I am interested in window tinting, but I want to tint like in the modern way, where you either have to put a glass, not a glass man, like a flower, for instance, or any graphic that I might look for, I might need. Will you do any kind of thing that I need?
We would do any kind of thing that you need. Of course, it depends on the color of your money, but you would do anything.
So the color of the money.
Yeah, because
like some are silver, brown, green. So just
it,
for the kids.
Yeah, exactly. Because you do get those that says, but at least it didn't say if you have a lot of vitamin R's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Vitamin R was gonna make us sweat. But
Yeah. So now, how do I get your service?
Well, we are on Instagram. You can follow us, Travel Holding on Instagram. And then we have a WhatsApp number that you can also send text to, 067 3170216.
Okay.
Yes, and there's another Jabulani Kulanga's number there. What is it? 064?
941-1978.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I was not bored. I just happened to know the number. I need to explain that. The number is 067 3170216, and then the other one is
064 941 1978.
Yeah.
And if you want
see, Mr. Stan, we both not bought because we have the pamphlets in front of us.
Exactly. And then they will leave some of the pamphlet here with us, and if you happen to come by, come and get the pamphlet from us. That is their pamphlet. You can also contact them through email, right? No, email as well. It's Treble Holding, not Holdings. Don't put an S, right? I'm talking about S.
Yes, no, I'm
The
saying.
letter.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Not the donkey.
No. I was not thinking of the donkey.
Oh,
I was
okay.
thinking of the letter.
Okay. So it's Treble Holding at gmail.com.
Yes.
Yeah, and then in order, if you feel that you want to go to where they are, it's number 2 Grasmere, is it Grasmere?
Grasmere Road, yes.
Grasmere Road in is it Ironside?
Ironside Agricultural Holding, Walkerville. So it's in the farms there, in the plots.
Oh, okay. And then if I take this address and put it on Google, will I be able? Will it take me or navigate me
straight to that? Yes, definitely.
All right.
Okay.
So
And
social
then,
media is WhatsApp and Instagram, guys. Instagram, one word, Treble Holding. That's it.
So do you think we'll put the bulls and all of those?
Yeah, they want to farm. They have to have something there. At least one animal just to, stay away from the compound.
So,
Yeah.
remember there are those that says, never mind the dog.
Yeah.
Sure.
Find the
Sure.
owner.
Sure.
Do you think he has?
I know, because I wanted to ask that question. So which side do you have? Is that the dog or the one that says, never mind the dog?
We have both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have both.
So you see, the dogs were showcased, beware the dog.
Yeah.
So in other words, they warn you that it's trained to do its stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you survive,
Then
but
there's
never
an,
mind, there's an owner.
there's an owner, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah, no.
With a traditional weapon waiting for you there.
You see the traditional weapon that he's talking about, he's not talking about the saki and all of those things. You know those homemade powders? So you get into the place, you find yourself getting lost.
yeah,
You even go to the owner and say, I'm lost. I'm lost.
wrong house, wrong gate, wrong path, wrong passage.
You see, I don't even know what I'm doing here.
You can tell the dog, bite me.
So now, my understanding is that you also have a call-out fee.
Yes, we do have a call-out fee, and it's a 300 rands, unless, so you can circumvent the call-out fee. So if you are able to take measurements of your window or your sliding door or whatever that you want us to come and, pimp, you can send us the measurements on WhatsApp. So they have to be accurate. But otherwise, if we come out to you, you're gonna have to pay for our,
Yeah, commuting up to there.
Yes.
And all of those things. Yeah, because petrol.
Yes.
Even for travel holding.
Petrol.
They don't travel for free.
No, they don't.
No.
Call out fee.
No, but how is travel holding doing?
Okay, travel holding
On its own, yes.
We just started with this particular product range. It's doing fairly well so far. We've got clients lined up. So just yesterday we went to Barsonia to do quotations. We went to Guatemala Springs on Sunday last week to do some magic on somebody's sliding door. So yeah, it's doing fairly well. So we are getting those calls and stuff like that. So because it's a startup. Travel Holding Group is a startup, despite the fact that it was formed in 2012, but we just got into this particular product range 2 months ago.
No, there's so much to talk about. It just so happened that instead of talking about you and your life, right? We talked about you briefly, and then we spoke about your business, but the first business, and then we talked about the other business. Now, let's just recap. Now, if you were to describe yourself, you said you are a social?
I'm a social entrepreneur.
Social entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Do you know what is a social entrepreneur?
You can explain. Wait. I'm gonna try first before I say you can explain it.
Okay.
So social, right? Means interacting. Yeah? Entrepreneur is a person who owns business. So if you put it in one sentence, it's a businessman who interacts either on social media or formally.
In fact, you got it right a little bit.
I was about to say I'm smart enough.
You just passed your power.
You see, because you see, when you pay a social entrepreneur, you're not only paying them for what they do,
Yes,
but you're also paying them for the knowledge
that they have.
So they are also like a consultant, because they can also tell you what is it that you need for your business. Am I right?
Partly, yes, you.
Oh, okay.
So we are the same, Mr. Stan.
Yeah, partly. Yeah, partly. Yeah.
You partly me, he partly you.
Yeah.
So your money goes further than just me. It
Yes.
goes beyond, because it touches on other people, the community within which we operate. So I spoke about the social impact of the job that we do. I also spoke about the environmental impact, and of course, grants and sales are important, because
Yes.
that is a lifeblood of any business, without which a business can never survive. So. But it's not of paramount essential for us. It's good that you will get that revenue, but also make sure that whatever that you get, goes further than yourself as an individual. So it touches on all those. that are stakeholders. We call them stakeholders, by the way, yes.
You know, don't be surprised. You know, you are actually schooling a young man here.
I just said so. And then you say like it was poor.
I told you, he speak English and he's very eloquent as well.
Yes.
You know, and you might have noticed that there was no slang that was coming out.
None. And since we interviewed him, I haven't even said any slang word.
Yeah.
I haven't even said.
But you see, it's rubbing off nicely on you.
Yes. Yes.
So I should stick around.
Very much.
You should stick around.
But then there's one word that won't rub off. Makandis.
Yeah, no, it won't.
Yes,
It won't. He calls himself Mr. Magandis.
Oh,
and Magandis.
Oh, Magandis. Okay.
Yeah, and it depends because I'm tired of explaining what it means to our listeners. You know, the listeners, you know, that I interact with, sometimes they will ask me, and then I will explain and say, no, this is what it means. But the next time we come here, the meaning will change. You know.
It
Okay.
elevates.
For my own benefit, because I'm hearing it for the first time,
Yeah.
do you mind? I know the listeners will also, you know.
But don't benefit because you know we never know what's going to come out of this mouth.
Yeah.
It's dope. It's good. It's great. It's a great feeling. It's amazing. It's just Makandis. It's a very good vibe.
No, they build their own vocabulary.
I see.
Yeah, so that's basically what happens. But you know, we are really, really thankful and very grateful that you paid a visit to VMC Planet Radio. But we do hope that this is not the last visit as well, because you see, everybody that we talk to here at the radio station, we also want to see them. We also want them to see our growth as well, and we also want to see them growing as well. So you see, it happens in two. You know, it's mutual, inclusive.
Yeah.
So we feel that now that we have spoken to you, there are other people who are listening that might be interested in your business. So you might find that some of them, because you did mention that you do have like an Instagram page, Facebook, and all of those things. You know, you will be surprised. You know, you get home, you get a call, or somebody's checking your Facebook page and all of those things.
Thank you so much. I think I'm looking forward to this symbiotic relationship. You know? So and I wish you guys all the success and congratulations on your first anniversary.
Yes,
first anniversary. So I know it's gonna be first of many great years to come. So certainly this is not our last visit. We'll certainly come back to have a chat with your listeners.
No, which is very good. Thanks. We really appreciate that. Was Mr. JG Dlamini. You know, you see, if you say J, it's got that weight, right? And then you put a G as well. I mean, G has got a weight. And then when you say D, which is Dlamini, so that's actually a very heavyweight. But and I'm not saying he himself is a heavyweight. He didn't really gain that much weight, so it's not.
So it's been the same weight the whole time.
No, I can see there's a bit of time.
But I can't
he's